When it comes to generative AI, accuracy is everything. But what can you do when your large language models hallucinate? Hi, I'm Varun Grover, Global Lead of AI here at Veritas. And today we're going to talk about how Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, can enhance your large language models to give them access to real-time information and specific context for your enterprise use cases. Large language models are inherently limited in that they have a knowledge cutoff date. This is the date up until which the LLM is trained, and beyond that date, it doesn't have access to real-time information. On top of that, most LLMs are trained on a chunk of the internet, and so they have access to a breadth of information, but they don't have access to specific enterprise data that you need for your use cases. That's where RAG comes in. Let's talk about how a RAG pipeline actually works. A RAG pipeline consists of 3 stages: ingestion, retrieval, and synthesis. In the ingestion stage, you take the documentation that you foresee needing for your use case, and then that is put into a text splitter and put into a form of different types of chunks, which are then embedded using an embedding model and stored in a vector database as an index. Then when a query comes in, we get to the retrieval stage. Here, your query is mapped to the different chunks that are in the vector database through something called a similarity search, and the top k chunks are retrieved. These top k chunks are combined with the query and fed into a large language model, and cumulatively, that becomes the prompt or the context for the LLM. And altogether, that is used to generate a response. And so, as you can see here, the LLM was able to access real-time information and enterprise-specific data to be able to give you a response to a specific query. This is especially relevant in the context of Veritas Alta Copilot, our new generative AI-powered operational assistant used to streamline data management. In the context of Alta Copilot, these docs are Veritas-specific product documentation and best practices for troubleshooting and configuration. Let's talk about what we learned today and the benefits of RAG. The first and perhaps the most important benefit is that RAG gives you access to enhanced knowledge that the LLM previously didn't have access to. Then it really helps you provide better answers because it not only uses the query, but is able to retrieve the specific documentation that it needs to give you the response. That in turn leads to scalability because as you keep adding more documentation, the RAG system has access to that as well. For more insights on cyber resilience and AI, subscribe to the Veritas Tech channel.